Did the dancing plague really happen? Picture this. A woman steps into the street and begins to twist, twirl, and shake without any music. Before long, dozens of others join in, and within weeks, hundreds are afflicted by the same uncontrollable urge to dance. This might sound like a scene from a horror movie, but it's actually the true story of the Strasbourg dancing plague of 1518. This plague affected around 400 people. It was so bizarre that even the local doctors didn't know what to make of it. They just blamed it on hot blood and suggested that the people just dance it off. The town even went so far as to set up a stage and hire professional dancers and a band to keep the dancing going. But things quickly went south and many of the dancers collapsed from exhaustion. It was so bad that some even died from strokes and heart attacks. It was a really strange time. Although it may seem like a legendary tale, the Strasbourg dancing plague is well documented in historical records from the 16th century. Furthermore, it is not the sole occurrence of this type of event. Comparable frenzies were observed in Switzerland, Germany, and Holland, although none were as extensive or fatal as the one that was instigated in 1518. But what could have led people to dance themselves to death? Historian John Waller proposes that the cause of people dancing themselves to death may be linked to Saint Vitus, a Catholic saint. During the 16th century, devout Europeans believed that Saint Vitus could inflict a curse of dancing plague upon individuals. When combined with the devastating effects of disease and famine in Strasbourg in 1518, this superstition may have triggered a stress-induced hysteria that affected much of the city's population. Other possible explanations for the dancing plague include the notion that the dancers were part of a religious cult. According to some beliefs, the dancing may have been caused by food poisoning from the toxic and psychoactive chemicals produced by ergot fungi, ergotism, which is commonly found on grains like rye used for baking bread. Ergotamine, the primary psychoactive product of ergot fungi, is structurally similar to the drug LSD-25 and was initially used to synthesize it. This fungus has also been linked to other significant historical events, such as the Salem witch trials. However, John Waller argues in The Lancet that this theory is unlikely because it's improbable that those poisoned by ergot could dance for days, and that so many people would react to the psychoactive chemicals in the same way. Additionally, the ergotism theory doesn't explain why almost every outbreak occurred along the Rhine and Moselle rivers, which are connected by water but have different climates and crops. The whole thing finally came to an end in September when the dancers were taken to a mountaintop shrine to pray for forgiveness. Can you imagine? It's crazy to think that something like this actually happened. Today, the dancing plague of 1518 is often used as a metaphor for any unexplainable and irrational behavior that spreads quickly among a group of people. It is also sometimes used to describe instances of mass hysteria or collective delusion. The event has been studied by psychologists and sociologists as an example of how social and cultural factors can influence behavior, and how group dynamics can amplify individual actions to create large-scale phenomena. In addition to its sociological and psychological implications, the dancing plague of 1518 has also been explored in cultural and artistic contexts. It has been the subject of numerous works of art, including paintings, sculptures, and musical compositions. It has also been referenced in literature, film, and television. The dancing plague of 1518 continues to capture the public's imagination because of its mysterious nature and the fact that it remains largely unexplained. While there have been various theories put forward over the years to explain the event, such as ergot poisoning or mass hysteria, there is still no definitive explanation for what caused hundreds of people to dance uncontrollably for weeks on end. If you like this video, you'll love the books. Check them out on Amazon by searching up Scott Matthews.